Yorkshire on top after Kent struggle. Adam Lythe's sterling effort with the bat, combined with Harry Brooks' 50, helped Yorkshire to a strong position on day one. They finished the day with 2 wickets in hand and their 9th wicket partnership worth an unbeaten 50 runs. Stephen Patterson didn't hang around for long though. That damaging partnership was separated early doors when Milnes found a leading edge. David Willey though showed his class with a final flurry of 4s, but he'd be left stranded on 37 when Stevens found a way through Olivier's defences. Yorkshire all out for 379. Lythe's knock of 97 and Brooks' 50 caught the eye, but Yorkshire will also be pleased with their lower orders return. Olivier the only man not to make it into double figures. Stevens with 4 for 60 was once again the pick of the Kent attack. After his handy knock lower down the order, Willey then made his mark on the game with the ball. Daniel Bell-Drummond toppled, the skipper out, LBW for 13. Crawley then followed, Olivier getting in on the act. New bails required after Crawley's went flying. Cox and Denley stopped the rot and guided Kent through to 50 without further loss. But Yorkshire were back in the wickets soon after. Denley rapped on the pads and out, LBW for 17, his wicket signalling lunch, with the score 59 for 3. And the resumption wasn't much kinder to Kent, leaning lasting just 3 balls before Patterson wrapped up a double wicket maiden. Cox remained though, the opener doing his best to stabilise the Kent innings. He'd be unable to do much more. His knock of 38 was all that he could muster, trapped, LBW by Patterson. Stevens and Robinson helped Kent through to 3 figures. Yorkshire denied any more early wickets. The pair didn't stop there though, sticking together to carry their side further. Ollie Robinson now closing in on a 50. He'd be denied that accolade by Thompson though, removed 6 runs shy. Stevens kept on going. He was now ably supported by Stewart and was chasing a half-century. That would have to wait. The Kent stalwart was on 49 with the score 193 for 6 at tea. His 50 came shortly after the resumption. Reached off 87 balls, Stevens was providing a route back into the contest for Kent. He and Stewart then had Kent on 200 runs, but Yorkshire's total was still some way off. He'd have to depart though, Brooke the man to separate the partners, and Kent at risk of falling short of the follow-on target. The loss of their talismanic all-rounder saw Kent start to struggle again, Milnes the only man to find the boundary, albeit by the way of an edge or 2. Stewart looked to force the issue, but couldn't get further than 40. Olivier found the edge, and he had to depart to leave Kent 247 for 8. Milnes and Cummins took Kent past 250, but couldn't get much further. The last man in took evasive action, but could only pop a catch to Cola Cadmore. Kent all out for 265, with the injured Harry Podmore unable to bat. Stevens had shown the most resistance for his side, a half-century, a just reward for his efforts, but even he couldn't prevent Kent slipping to a 114-run deficit. Olivier and Patterson each took 3 wickets, the latter at a slightly more economical rate. There'd be just enough time for Yorkshire to add 6 runs to the board, Lythe with the early boundary, but they'd reach the close of play, unbeaten, 6 for none, and their lead 120.